Okay, so for our current league, we're going to be playing some more White-Blue Superfriends. After we had a very good result with it in our first attempt with this deck, I've tuned things a bit. I've added a third Settle, some more early counter magic instead of the Supreme Wills. I'm trying out Censor instead of Syncopate, just to see how that feels to me. I've also added one Gearhulk. This isn't the best Gearhulk deck in the world by any means, but I wanted more sweeper effects, and Gearhulk's a nice way to add another sweeper effect without overloading on that sort of stuff, because it can copy Settles. And we've abandoned Dovenbarn because Dovenbarn, so gonna see how this runs. I'm pretty excited to get some more games in with it. This hand is shaky, but I'm going to keep. If we draw a blue source, we have Negate into Khan and Oath to power up the Khan. We've got the field that can get blue eventually. Ooh, Glacial Fortress is ideal. Punished for being on the draw, can't negate this. That's pretty heartbreaking. Luckily we've got a Field of Ruin, so it's not the end of the world. Let's just yield to this nonsense. Whoa! Oh, it's not... Yeah, they milled a Champion of Wits. It's not Control, it's... What's it called? Godfarer's Gift. That's kind of terrifying, honestly. Imagine this matchup being a bit hard. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just worried we won't ever have like an opportunity to sneak a Planeswalker into play cleanly. We'll see how it goes though. If I draw a Teferi, I can go like plus, continue to hold up Negate, which is kind of nice. Guess I just play out this in case they try and flip a Scanter. Lets my opponent know I have it, which is not ideal, but... Okay, so they mill a Fumigate. They have Fumigates in the main, that's interesting. They have flipped a Scanter. This means we get to kill a Scanter, which is really nice. I'm very, very happy about getting to do this. Go get another island. Or another blue source, rather. Awesome. It's really bad. I kind of just want to slam Khan. Obviously the danger is that my opponent mills themselves into a Godfarer's Gift. But if they don't, I get a Khan on board, which seems amazing. Seems like super, super strong. At the same time, we've got like Negate into Gearhulk as a plan against a Refurbish. And we're only a land away from like Khan with Negate up. I think I'm just going to do this and pass the turn. Sure. No interest in countering the enablers. We'll never be able to fight over all that stuff. We'd much rather counter the actual Refurbishes or Godfarer's Gifts. Okay. Do I want to cycle Censor? I really want to make sure I hit my land drops right, but we could also just censor a gift this turn. So I think I'm just gonna pass the turn here. Like, not having to cash in my negate on a Godfarer's Gift would be amazing. Ooh. Right. I mean, I guess I just have to negate this, right? Then I cycle Sensor, hope to hit an untapped land for my Gearhulk. If we hit a tap land, we're punished for not main phase cycling, but... Okay, got there, kinda. Now we're just gonna hold up Gearhulk negate, I guess. To counter any follow-ups. Yep. Yep. I would like to negate your refurbish. Please don't go land refurbish. Ugh. That's kind of brutal. How do we win now? I'm gonna start drawing cards of Champion of Wits too. Maybe I was just meant to slam the Khan earlier, but I kind of figured I'd draw more interaction from that point on. Don't know how I win this game from here. Guess I just have to pass the turn. This is certainly an example of a game where normal blue-white control would have been much better. Have like a disallow instead of one of these threats that are in our hand. Alright. Yep. I mean, kind of have to settle this, right? Buys me a bit of time. Bye-bye Gearhulk. So now they get to start attacking with their ground critters. Alright. Interesting. So, I just want to go history plus Khan. Try and like soak up some damage for a minute. Dig for a cast out and a fumigate. Yep. The 2/2 is hopefully going to keep Khan alive for another turn, which is nice. Meaning we'll get 2 activations thanks to the Oath. Honestly, at this point my plan might be to try and deck my opponent. Don't know how realistic that is, but we have like a couple Settle the Wreckages left in the deck, right? And Planeswalkers are going to hopefully soak up some damage. I suspect they are the latter. I think you could build a good historic deck though. but we're just going to block this champion to keep our Khan on board. My suspicion is that Merfolk Trickster is really bad and Wrath is quite bad. I have 2 gifts in play. Oh my gosh, Heather, thank you so much for that subscription. Everyone put some hearts in chat to celebrate our new subscriber. I really appreciate the support, Heather. Thank you so much. Alright, so I'm gonna start with plussing Khan here. And see what we find. And Chris has just resubbed. Thank you so much. Like, you've been subscribed for so long. I really, really appreciate that. Really appreciate the support. This is like such a good start to the stream, jeez. So we got through 2 lands, which is okay. I have to not die next turn. That's the interesting bit. There's no more angels in the yard. So I guess I go Oath, Flicker History. And I get to use Khan again, and I get another 2/2 to block with. The bear pit never forgets. Oh my god. So the reason I had to take down the 24-hour stream thing is I feel like it would be a bit unfair on one of my flatmates. So I figured 2 12-hour streams was like a nice compromise there. Right, I'm just going to play out this other history. We'll have a bunch of blockers for the ground critters just to like buy time until we can find a fumigate or a settle. Fairgrounds Warden, okay. That takes a blocker out of the way. That could kill me, honestly. I think that probably kills me. Am I my own flatmate? Am I in fact suggesting that it would be a bit unfair on my... No, I'm not... I'm referring to someone else, Chris. Good spot, though. So we're just dead, right? Because they, so the Fairgrounds Warden? Maybe we're dead anyway. 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, if not for the Fairgrounds Warden, we'd live. I guess. Oh well, that game spiraled pretty nastily. Jeez. Alright. So what do I want against Blue-White Gift? This stuff seems pretty good. Forsake and Invoke seem good. Lyras seem kinda decent. And Spell Piercers seem good. Good old Godfarer's Gift, yeah. Deck's kinda terrifying. I am also not a fan. So what am I taking out? The histories don't seem amazing in this matchup. I guess the Skywailer shot is like actively bad. Could take out some sealaways as well. And use like the sweepers to clear up the little bodies. It does not seem like the best matchup. I think it's a pretty good matchup for normal blue-white control. But where we've got lots of like sorcery speed stuff, we play into their refurbishers quite badly, I think. And like histories are much worse than disallows in this matchup. I kinda just want to bring in Lyras, is that crazy? Authority buys me time. Kinda does. I guess it keeps planeswalkers alive. I'm not in love with the idea. You can kind of see the justification for keeping planeswalkers alive, though. I'm kind of hoping Spell Pierce will do like a similar job to Authority, since it lets us like sneak down a planeswalker and be able to counter their refurbish the turn after. I'm tempted to like cut a scatter and then cut a couple of these and maybe bring in a couple Lyras. It makes our curve really high. But I think the Lyras are kind of decent. I think it's hard for them to beat through a Lyra. We'll still have a couple of these to protect walkers and trade with random ground critters. Let's try this. I'm just kind of trying things out, seeing what feels good. You're assuming Autumn is agreeing with you. Oh my word. I can make no comment as to the accuracy of that statement. This hand is like so tempting. Cycle the cast out, hit a land, use the land to cycle the sensors. Okay, this is probably actually worse than the 7, but Sneep obs. Yeah, Brian Gottlieb's list seemed like hyper dirty with the pull from tomorrow's. Do I even want this? I don't have a planeswalker to protect. And they likely won't play into it. I guess I want it. I'm kinda not sure about that one. Oh my god. End of turn, discard Godfarer's Gift? Oh, they just F6 for their turn. Okay. Sure. Good for us. Representative testing. Representative testing. Is it bad that I kind of want to Spell Pierce this? Just like Spell Pierce whilst the Spell Piercing's good. It's kind of awkward because I kind of want to like play Teferi Plus and then be able to interact with a Refurbish. So I guess I let this resolve. Oh my word. Karn? How's Karn a fair magic card? Alright. Got a Karn on board. If they tap out for like a Champion of Wits, we get to land Teferi. So let's just keep plussing Karn, I guess, searching for counters. Okay, we found a counterspell. Awesome. We can also just cast this history this turn and get our beatdowns on. This is great for us. Obviously, opponent skipping their first turn, making this game considerably easier. Ah, sure. You counter my 2/2. Now we get to minus, grab the negate, play Teferi. It does seem good, Phil. We've been drawing incredibly well this game. Just like, this is amazing. We have everything we could ever want. I'm not meant to play that land. I meant to hold it in case I draw a tap land. This is fine though. Probably can't ever lose. Yep. Draw the tap land I mentioned. Yeah, that just trades with a 2/2. I guess it gets some cards later, but we're drawing way more cards than them. They're probably trying to build up for a refurbish plus negate turn. So we kind of want to find another counter if we can. Wow, we have multiple obstructionists. As tech against cast out, maybe? Okay, that's plus. The sensor's actually a really good one, because it means we now don't get got by refurbish negate, which is really good. And we found the Oath of Teferi. Okay. So I get to play my... I guess I get to cycle this farmland, right? Lyra. Interesting. I'd kind of like to not show my opponent Lyra, if that's possible, this game. I don't think we need to show them the Lyra. Like, we're just winning by so much. I think I'm just gonna hold the Lyra in hand. Negate. Incoming negate. Yep. Sensor. I will enthusiastically block. So we grab the Oath of Khan. I guess we get to plus Teferi first. There's no need to grab the Oath yet. Ooh, we can flicker this. Interesting. So let's grab the Oath. What am I doing now? So I have... So I can go History. The new art's really nice. I just like choose the oldest version of every card when I can. But the new art on the gate is amazing, for sure. Derp derp derp. Look at me drawing cards. I guess I just keep plussing, right? Cast out, sure. So they can get a Godfarer's Gift in play here, but I don't know why they haven't scooped. Hoping I don't find out. I mean, we don't actually have an answer to this Godfarer's Gift at the moment, so I guess not scooping is kind of reasonable. You know, I'm wondering if I meant to cycle farmland there to try and find a negate. Since I'm probably not settling this anyway, because I got the 2/2s. It's kind of interesting. Oh man, I get to ultimate to fairy next turn. I'm so excited. This is going to be great. There is a cast out under Khan, you're right, Canes. Yeah. So we can actually answer this quite easily. Okay. Guess... Oh, they could have Obstructionist for my Teferi emblem. They've shown us 2 Obstructionists so far this game. If they counter my Teferi emblem, I'm gonna be so angry. I guess I'm still going for it, right? Oh, opponent's conceding. Cool. Alright, I kind of want this Lyra. If I can find room for her. Kind of want this Lyra. Means we hit with like mono 5 drops. Kind of a problem. I could just take out a Fumigate for a Lyra. Like, our histories are honestly pretty good at clearing up a lot of their random bodies. It's only the 4/4s that are problems. Seems decent to me. I love how, like, awful this curve looks right now with all these 5-drops in my deck. Alright, easy keep. Yep, take one. Oh, they want to chart a course. This means, yep. Get the clean 2-for-1 off charter course. Opponent on the beatdown curve. I think I'm gonna hold this farmland. Our hand's pretty great at the moment. Kind of interested in hitting land drops for various reasons. Cool, now we've got negate up for refurbish. I think the plan this game is we're going to try and get to 7 mana so we can go Lyra plus negate to protect her. Wow, so many draw 2s this game. Kind of brutal. I'm going to sit on this cast out. We don't need to cycle it quite yet. Okay, we will probably be cycling one of these cast outs now that we've got a second one. I'm going to let this resolve, and then I'm going to cast it out, because that means we get to hold on to the negates, which is kind of nice. It makes like a Fragmentize pretty scary, because Fragmentize is like a really cheap way to play underneath our counter magic, but otherwise I think this is pretty great for us. Ooh, History of Benalia. Huh. Do I play that, or do I pass the turn? I'm scared of them going refurbish negate here. I guess I'm not under that much pressure. Hey, Nucleo. Yeah, you're probably right, Canes. We should probably hold on to the cast out. My thinking was that, like, I kind of want to get to the point where I can cast Lyra safely, but cast out's probably just great. They don't actually have a creature in their yard to bring back with a Godfarer's Gift of note. Hey there, Stephen. Huh, they don't actually have a creature in their yard. I almost wonder if I could have slammed down a Lyra for that reason. I think I just want to play the history though. Sure. Still hold up negate. You wonder if opponent is on the classic 12 creature gift deck. I mean, you don't need to bring back that many creatures, right? Oh, they're discarding a creature now. Okay. No, they're just discarding a refurbish, an island, of course. Just no creatures in their deck at all. I don't really want to block this, because that gives them something to do with their mana. Yeah, we might end up cast outing the champion the way this game's going. I'm not going to cycle this cast out, because we know they have obstructionists in their deck. Oh boy. Now I kind of want to cast Lyra. There's definitely ways I get punished. Getting a Lyra in play sounds kind of amazing. my knight first. Oh, I'm so stupid. This lets them chump so that they have something to bring back. Skill plays. I did not quite see that one. Yep. That's annoying. This might still be safe to cast the Lyra, honestly. I'm gonna do this. I'm not convinced. They could have a cast out up is the problem. If they have a cast out up, casting Lyra works out so badly for us, so I'm just gonna pass the turn. I don't think I can actually go for this, sadly. Cast out or cast out? I guess we have to negate that, right? Because if we cast out back, they untap with lots of mana up. Is anything actually good against the blue-white decks? Good question. I think the white-black vehicles decks have like fine matchups. I've actually found the green-white matchup really close as well. They have a lot of tools to grind with. That matchup's actually kind of scary. Yeah, they're gonna get back a Minister here. Mono-white got you. I've really liked the mono-white matchup, but I could see it being worse than I think it is. I guess I just block down the Minister. Stops them getting more creatures in their yard. Makes this gift, like, way worse. Kinda just want to cast out this. Is that crazy? And do it in main phase to play around Obstructionist. There's also an option of just like slamming Lyra when they don't have any creatures in their yard. They probably boarded out Angels, right? Yeah, Shana's annoying. It's mainly that they have so many, so much card advantage though. They're actually able to go like toe to toe with Teferi, which is something not a lot of decks can do. I really just want to cast Lyra, I think. Try and like kill my opponent and then cast out this afterwards. It's a bit scary. They've already been through all their charter courses, so they don't have that many ways left to pitch a creature in the yard here. If they are like binding my Lyra, it means they're probably not getting a creature in the yard. I don't know. I think I like this. I think I like this. Another champion, okay. Please don't discard an angel. If you don't discard an angel, I'm in a great spot. Minister, sure. Binding my angel. Yep. So I take 6. I'm almost dead. This game has been so strange. I almost wonder whether, a bit of me just wants to, like, cast out the binding and hope that a Lyra is good enough. I have to do it main phase, though. If they hit a single... I guess they have to activate this to mill themselves. If they hit a creature, I block the 4/4. I guess if they have an Obstructionist, I'm dead anyways, right? If they have an obstructionist, they just cycle the obstructionist to get a creature in their yard. And then... I know, I go to 1 if they have an obstructionist. Alright. I'm just gonna do this now. I can see this being wrong. But... I just want to play around obstructionist since I'm not actually dead to it yet. Yeah, maybe I'm underrating Blink. Blink would certainly be like, have been really decent this game. Would allow us to actually like double spelled on one of these turns. Instead of just like casting an Oblivion Ring every turn or whatever. Ipnu Rivulet. Just like mill himself a bunch. It's not a very large part of the meta, Canes. Yeah, Rivulet's kinda scary. If they hit an angel, we die. I think they've taken out some number of angels from their deck, though. They hit a Champion of Wits, which is pretty decent. So if they draw a cast out from the Champion of Wits, we die. This is a problem. Kinda need to draw a Settle the Wreckage, right? Because if I just exile this, they just eternalize this. Sorry, embalm this. Alright, I guess I just block the Minister here. I go to 1. I just need to cycle cast out. I guess I could attack with Lyra, Blink Lyra, but then they just exile Lyra with the Angel. I think I do just need to cycle this. I just don't know what I'm drawing towards though, other than Settle. I have to imagine they have a negate in their hand by this point for Settle. I guess I can still just cycle this in my turn if it's Settle I'm looking for. I guess cycling this now lets me draw Settle plus a counter. That's like something. Sure. I can cast out the Angel. And I get my Lyra back. I block this. Yeah, you're right. Well, I can't because they can embalm this. They main phase embalm this and then make this a 4/4. Then even if I cast out the Angel, I block the 4/4 and I die to their board. So I can't actually do that. I'm dead on board. If my plan is to just cast out their Angel. Yeah, my opponent's gonna go for it. That was kind of annoying. The matchup actually felt fairly not great for this like more sorcery speed version of the deck. Like, I feel like the version of Disallows is a dramatic favourite against Blue-White Gift. But having so many like sorcery speed tap out threats is really awkward against them. Tovin would have saved us. Oh my god. This is a mole. Alright, I'm gonna keep this. Need some help, but I guess this qualifies as some help. I do have Sensor in the deck. I am trying out Sensor on Gabe's recommendation. That's fair, Miru. I guess I probably just want to cycle this, right? Hit my land drops for Teferi. It's like now I kind of want to cast out for this heart. I guess I can wait one turn on cycling this. Sensor would have been pretty great here, Nucleo. Agreed. So if I cycle this turn 1, I have the Sensor for the heart. That's so tilting. That's so upsetting. You do need to stop talking, Nucleo. Every time. It's actually kind of impressive. Yeah, Skywayler's shot is legit. Yes, I do. If I draw a land, I get to cast out this. But I really need to hit my land drops here. I guess I can hold on one turn. It's kind of rough, though. I'm just going to do this now. Okay. Kind of treading water here. Steel Leaf Champion, sure. I mean, if we draw an untapped land here, we get to tuck away the heart and have Teferi on board. So untapped land is incredibly strong for us. I mean, that answers the heart, to be fair. I wonder if I guess I can just do it on my opponent's turn when they go to crew, right? And then the creature's tapped for my seal away. Alright, this works out. Just gonna do this now to play around Blossoming Defense. But yes, Blossoming Defense is probably gonna do work against this regardless. Things are going pretty good, Steven. Agreed. We are on turn 5 on 16 life. This is not the end of the world. Oh my god, I get to Teferi eat this. This is so good for us. This is so busted. So I can untap 2 lands and just eat their Steel Leaf Champion whilst they don't have a Blossoming Defense up. Alright, we're now ahead by a fair amount. We've got Fumigate 2 to protect Teferi depending on what they do. Never mind, we're dead. Every time I get excited, this happens. Oh. We're through 2 cast outs as well. We're through 2 cast outs. Don't know how I win this game. Possible I was just meant to Fumigate there and like take them off some mana, but yeah, the reason I went with the history was to try and pressure Nissa, since we only have 2 cast outs and 3 cast outs in the deck and we're already through 2. If people start main decking Nissas, this matchup gets so much worse. Because, like, half the reason you're able to beat Nissa, at least post-board, is that you can board in, like, Lyras to hit her down. But if they start just having them in the main deck, it's going to be a nightmare. Okay. Don't really know what I'm drawing to here. Yeah, I'm just like... I can fumigate here, but I'm just super dead to the Nissa ult. I'm never winning this game from this position. Alright, so we want the Lyras. I guess I need the Spyglass because of Nissa. Sky Whaler's shot is good. Kinda want the Disenchants too. Opponent doesn't have the emblem. How do they have that level of self-control? They have more self-control than I do. I'll say that. History's like medium against them. It's like nice against Branchwalker. But I don't think I want all of them by any means. Negate's kind of decent. So for sake and invoke of a heart and bestiary, it might be too many answers to have like both of them in the deck. I think I'll have one of them though. We need to cut some 5s, right? Probably just cut these oaths to make room for these Lyras. If we're cutting an oath, we can cut a Khan. If they wanted that emblem, they could splash blue for Tatiova. This is true. I need to cut one more card. Might be the Gearhulk. Gearhulk's pretty good with Settle. But it gets blown up by Brontodon an awful lot. On the draw, I think I'd take out a Censor because of all their early fast mana. I'm gonna try this. I've got Lyras in the deck. I probably don't need the Gearhulk as well. Do we have time to oath? Nah, that's why I took them out. We probably just don't have time to oath in this matchup. We also just don't need them. You'd like rather have a Lyra, right? I hate these hands so much. You've got so many 1-mana cyclers. It's like so tempting to keep. If this hits lands, it's like really strong. Got history to protect the Planeswalkers. Invoke for a Heart of Kiran. Yep. Yes, this answer's Heart. It's not like a great thing to be topping, but exactly, Nucleo. Why wouldn't you want to cycle your interaction to desperately hit your land drops? Why wouldn't you? Alright. Llanowar Elves. I am going to cycle a farmland this turn. Okay. Something to use our Invoke on. That's kind of nice for us. I could see that being decent, Stephen. Yeah. Llanowar Elves has been quite underwhelming. You're correct. Draw Lyra off the cycle. That would be dreamy. Yeah, this is the Mew stream. Mew is what we're all really here for, right? Thank you, Tana. I'm really happy about the many various finishes that have happened recently. I guess I just do this. I guess there's no need to. I can just play this and pass. Not let them know about the invoke. They might have a heroic intervention. Getting that out of their hand would honestly be pretty nice. Oh my god, Chris. I'm so upset at Dave right now. I'm so upset at Dave about everything to do with bears and pits. I'm gonna go Brontodon. I guess I just let them tap it, because then I can seal away this. Alright, Lyra off the top, please. Make this game easy for me. Just let me draw a Lyra. Dees. Don't know how I do this, but, you know, I'll take it. No! Is it possible to learn this power? I'm not sure it's worth it. I'm not sure it's worth learning this power. Don't know what I do here. I need to find like a planeswalker. I worry if I'm just sitting here cast outing things, I'm gonna fall behind, right? I'm really tempted just to cycle this cast out and then pass the turn. Especially with the Brontodon on board. I have to like cast out the Brontodon before I can cast out anything else. Like they have 4 cards in hand, I think I just want to cycle one of these. No, I can pass the turn. If they cast Nissa, probably have to... That's part of the problem with blue-white at the moment. I feel like Brontodon isn't a problem in and of itself. It's the fact that cast out's your only clean answer to an onboard Nissa, other than attacking her down with Lyra. And then, like, if you ever cast out a... If you ever cast out a Nissa, you just have this, like, ticking time bomb on the board, where the moment they resolve a Brontodon later in the game, you lose. It's really frustrating. That was pretty exciting, Freed, beating Canister. I think I just take this. Steel Leaf Champion. Does not get any easier. Sure. Is COA too narrow to play? No, I think COA is amazing. The only real problem with COA is that everyone's starting to just play like 4 of this card in their main decks, if they're green. That makes COA a lot worse, for sure. God, instantly punished. Yep. I wanted to do this because then if I draw a Khan, I get to cast the Khan safely. Or a Lyra. But obviously drawing the Fumigate, we do just have to run it out, I think. Stone Raining them's worth kind of a lot at the moment. I want to like cut them off a land so they can't miss me this turn. Yeah. Maybe that was a greedy Fumigate, but I was just really scared of them going land into Nissa and the game just being over. Also, if I wait on the Fumigate, I guess they can't actually kill the cast out with the Brontodon, since this would die when it comes back in. Change the deck name from Lantern Control to Autumn Control. Oh my gosh. This doesn't do anything, because they have a 5/4 in play. I guess I have to cast it to soak up damage, and like hope to get lucky off the +1. I got very lucky off the +1. I think it's fair to say I got very lucky off the +1. So I don't get to cast Lyra till next turn, but hopefully she does work. Hey there, Caius. Geez, Freed, that's kind of rough. Autumn Control to Major Khan. You know what I want to draw next turn? A Negate. So that I can just like cast Lyra safely. If they give me the Settle, I can protect Khan though, can't I? Also, they might have an answer to Lyra. They might have Crushing Canopy in hand. I guess if they did, they'd have just attacked me. Oh no, because they don't want me getting the Settle with the Khans, they have to attack Khan, right? Okay. Very nervous about Lyra dying here. Don't. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Auri. That was slightly weird timing. Thank you so much for the subscription. So great to have your support. Everyone spread some hearts in chat to celebrate Auri's subscription and her supporting the stream. I really appreciate that. Also, I really appreciate countering this hour of glory with the censor. Thank you so much. 20. Oh my gosh, Phil. Please don't kill my Lyra still. Don't have another answer. What the hell? Opponent just draws. If we just don't have Lyras in our deck, we never lose this game. They have like 2 dead removal spells. Thank you so much, Auri. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you saying that. This is a big elf knight. Yeah. Opponent did not want to lose by Lyra. Death by fat elf. Oh, what is this league? I don't know if this league's representative or not, but we've been getting run over by people's sideboard plans. Green-black champion confirmed best deck in standard. Maybe I need some card draw. My thinking is like the Planeswalkers give you lots of card draw, but maybe this build's just not very good. I know Gabe was having like good but not amazing results with it. I've only played the 1 league with it so far, where I went kind of 5-0, but essentially 4-1. Yeah, we're trying out Khan with Oath of Teferi. It's been like a really powerful combination. The curve of history into Khan into Oath is like kind of oppressive sometimes. But there are also games where you just like Khan just feels a bit mopey or slow. Yeah, you're probably right, Freed. I think I prefer conventional blue-white control over this. But I wanted to give this another league. Especially since it's like a lot of fun going off of Oath, right? Like when you have this card in play, it's so much fun. The O2 bracket, let's go. What could possibly go wrong in the O2 bracket? Opponent just said, "Oh wow, first pro I've recognized online so far." So that's kind of cool. Not in this list, Auri. This is like a slightly different list I'm trying out. And because I have Oath of Teferi and Khans for card advantage, I've not been playing Search, but I don't know if that's just incorrect. Search might just be too good. But my normal list has 2 Searches in. As opposed to like this weird Super Friends build. Apparently, Chantel just told me that on the game podcast I was called a ringer. So that's pretty neat. Based on like my Moto results recently. No incoming search for a Scanter, okay. Just gonna untap and play this river here. I don't need to cycle cast out quite yet. We have found a Khan. It's kind of exciting. Now, the whole point of this build is Oath of Teferi. I think if I'm not playing Oath of Teferi, like the deck just dramatically changes and we move back to like normal blue-white, which I'd be fine with. Like normal blue-white's probably a bit better than this, but I could cycle some stuff to try and hit lands. I think I'm just going to untap. Ooh, History of Benalia. Yes, I'm casting that one. If this eats a counter, that's great. If it doesn't, we get some threats on board. Oh, the white-black vehicles deck seems really cool. Auri. I really want to try that deck out. It seems very strong. Yeah, Oath is very underrated. It's actually just like a legitimately good card a lot of the time. Which isn't what you'd expect. You'd expect it to be like win more. But I found it legitimately powerful. Do I want to cycle this cast out now? Probably. Just like hit my land drops. I think I'm just going to cast Oath this turn. If it gets countered, we get a counter out of their hand. If it doesn't, we have an Oath in play. And then next turn, hopefully hit a land for Khan with negate backup. You got 7 things with Urza's Ruinous Blast versus White Weenie. That's kind of disgusting, Steven. Yeah, I think the white-black deck is probably the place to be at the moment. I just like Teferi too much. I might end up playing some white-black later on the stream, depending on how these leagues go, though. I think I want to cycle this. I want to hit my land drop so I can go Khan into negate really safely. It's upsetting. Sure. Just like get counters out of the hand, so when I draw another land I can do this more safely. Oh wow. Could get cast out. That's kind of fine, because then we have a Teferi underneath a cast out that we can get back later. And we're still getting like a 2-for-1 out of it. Oh, blink of an eye, sure. This is fine. We still get to draw a card, we get to hold up negate from the untap. We hit our land drop. Oh, the black-green Karn deck? It seemed kind of decent. Yeah, if we do play some... Negate your Teferi. If we do play some white-black, it'll be right at the end of the stream. In like, maybe 2 or 3 hours. But it depends on how the rest of the stream goes, in part. Oh my god, this is so exciting. Cast my Teferi. Plus my Teferi. Plus my Teferi. Untap 6 lands, have a cast out to battle against another cast out. This is really dumb. Best divination ever. Play Abzan in Legacy. What would you call an Abzan deck in Legacy, Chris? Though, Chris, it sounds like an unusual strategy, a daring one even. No cards not on theme allowed. Alright, we get to untap with our double Howling Mine. Yeah, opponent's not in the best position here. You could call it. Oh my gosh, Chris. I really want to cast Karn. It's probably just gonna get like Gearhulk disallowed though. I guess if it gets Gearhulk disallowed, I get to... Wait, how much mana do I have? I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't even get to Fumigate plus... Huh. I'm still tempted just to do this anyway. I don't know if this is correct or not. I guess I'm just going to pass the turn with cast out up. Feels like a bit awkward, but... Do we get priority again? Because mana's been tapped? Oh, blink of an eye? Sure. That's fine. I can just recast a fairy next turn. Alongside Karn. Then they can't Hulk disallow my emblem. That makes sense, Stephen. That's a good call. Didn't think about that. I was thinking we could draw like another Karn or something next turn and then like cast 2 things in a turn was my reasoning. What am I discarding here? It's either a Fumigate or a Settle. I want to keep the backup Oath in case they remove this from the board. I think. At least I think it's a bit better than like one of these. Anyway. Like giving them a land's not great, but being able to interact at instant speed against the Gearhulk's kind of nice. Next turn we get to double Planeswalker to play through counter spells. Ooh, Essence Scatter's exciting. Jeez. You can turn Teferi into a creature and equip him with Helm of the Host. That sounds like a thing you could do, Chris, yes. Not in love with just casting Teferi here, but I've got the Essence Scatter if they have a Gearhulk, which I think might be what's about to happen. Otherwise I can... Yep. This resolves. I'm not going to actually go for Karn here. I kind of want to hold up Essence Scatter. I also don't want to play into like a Syncopate or something like that. I think I just pass the turn. Like, trying to set up a turn where my opponent goes for a Gearhulk to counter one of my Planeswalkers sounds really appealing to me. Oh, what's this? A Glimmer? Okay, kinda punished. Kinda punished. It's possible I'm sitting too patiently on these cast outs and I meant to like cycle them to find counter magic, but I think I kinda like them. At some point my opponent has to start cast outing my Planeswalkers rather than countering them. And once that bit of the game begins, it becomes really good for us. Okay. That is a Teferi. Cast out the Glimmer. You see all the lines, Chris. Alright, they have 5 mana up, which isn't quite in Essence Scatter, the Gearhulk territory. Another Planeswalker's Dreamy, though. Right. Let's start with Karn. So we can +1 Karn. Essence Scatter, Field of Ruin. Gave us the Field of Ruin over the Essence Scatter. That's really interesting. Means there's a Gearhulk incoming, I feel like. I'm gonna +1 Karn again. Ooh, we found a negate. It's really exciting. Putting some corn on the board. I'm a bit worried about this getting syncopated, but I think I still want to cast it. Like, I think there's a decent chance my opponent just doesn't have counter magic in hand at the moment. Because they didn't go to, like, try and protect their Teferi at all. Yeah, my opponent's conceding. Awesome. Superfriends gets there. Alright. So we get these Spell Piercers, these Gates. This garbage. Get to take out this garbage. I guess we might end up keeping a couple Sealways in her. Just because I don't really want to bring in Lyra, I don't think. I think Lyra seems kind of awful to me in this matchup. So let's run it like this. Be updating your lunch. I read that as updating your lunch and eating your CV. You should be eating your lunch and updating your CV. Those are probably more responsible things to be doing. But like, Oath of Teferi, watching Oath of Teferi is also a responsible thing to be doing. You should be listening to me, Phil. You should be listening to me. They have to keep in some amount of removal, because they probably just don't have enough sideboard cards to take out all of it, which makes Lyra kind of awkward. Also, like, she's not the best against Teferi either. Probably gonna end up countering something here, cycling something here, if my opponent doesn't slam a history into my sensor. Oath of Teferi is a lot of value. Oh my god, Steven. Alright, I guess I kind of want to cycle this for sake. I think. Because I've got the Invoke the Divine in hand anyway. Accurate, Chris. Accurate. Too real. Too real. What are we gonna stifle? I have no idea. Probably nothing. Probably gonna cast my Vendilion Clique on my opponent's end step. Stifle our next missed land drop. That sounds likely. Maybe this is bad. They probably have to leave like Essence Scatters in and have no targets for them other than my Gearhawk. This is probably pretty questionable. Or they could disallow it and we could feel amazing. Oh, if we hit the white source there, it's so good for us. Alright. Can I stifle my missed land drop, please? I would like to stifle my missed land drop. Thank you, J-Rod. Appreciate it. Should have kept up that stifle. Clearly. I would like a land, please. White source. Plains off the top. I'll take it. I'm not picky. Alright. Another land? Sure. You mean, it was a plains off the top. This is correct, Caius. You're completely correct that it was a plains off the top. 100%. We can't actually counter a Gearhawk, which is a bit sad. I guess we have all the removal in the world for it, though. Your suggested line is the Dura Mountain. Good line, Phil. Probably the correct line, right? In general. Just draw some mountains. That's an aggressive Field of Ruin. Kind of interesting. I'm wondering what that indicates. Illumination, sure. Normally having like a spell dense hand would be fine, but our spells kind of suck. We've drawn like half our removal spells that we have to leave in. This is definitely a game where Lyra would look a bit better, I'll say that much. As much as I dislike her in these sort of mirrors. I mean, I guess I'm going for this. skip the next 10 minutes of draw go action. Hey, we're making plays, Chris. We're making plays. Look at me making my 2-2. Game is progressing at an entirely reasonable rate. Deal. Nice clean 2 for 1. We are unusually ahead on clock. This is true. I don't even feel like I'm playing that fast, but it is true that we are weirdly ahead on clock at the moment. Teferi, please don't have a negate. Don't end the game on the spot. Awesome. Delightful. Alright, so I guess I'm just casting Teferi. I might as well play around Spell Pierce, I guess. It's really unlikely my opponent has it in their deck, though. I'm like the only person crazy enough to register Spell Pierce in their blue-white control deck. First Blood. Turn 8, 2 points of life were lost. We changed anything from the 5-0. We are not playing Dovenbarn. That's the starting point. There are like a few other changes as well. We're playing Censors as well. Spell Pierce does seem pretty absurd. Agreed, Nucleo. Haven't really looked at it properly, Fried, if I'm honest. Awesome. Glad it helped Magic and stuff. Glad the answers were useful to you. On that note, plug time. If anyone wants to listen to an awesome podcast run by myself, Chantal, Teresa, and Sarah, check out Proven Combatants. We talk about, like, Magic, tournament grind, etc. It's pretty great. I guess I'm just going to cycle this farmland here. The link is in chat. ProvenCombatants.com or on iTunes. All that stuff. Yeah, I guess they were going for like an upkeep cast out, but now they get to do it here. But I've got the Invoke the Divine, so I don't really care. Awesome, Canes. I'm glad you enjoy it. I have a Bant-only cube. This is true, Nucleo. My cube is only Bant cards. Because, like, what other cards would you put in your cube? Where did you find this out, Nucleo? We talk about, like, Magic and stuff. Autumn Lily 2018. Oh my gosh. The Proven Combatants podcast is misleadingly not as about... I'm taking a picture of that and posting it on our Discord, Stephen. I'm going to post that on our Discord later, that comment, because that's glorious. Essence Scatter to deal with a Gearhulk is really nice. Not that we can't already deal with a Gearhulk, I guess. You want to play a band-only cube. That would be a fairly small cube, I feel like. Oh, it's on the About section. It is. I remember now. I remember writing exactly that thing. But yeah, Bant Cube, best cube. You know where you can't draft Splinter Twin, Chris? Comes another cast out, sure. At least my opponent's not, like, playing a threat. Oh, commit. Huh. Scary. We might see a memory next turn. This is like a pretty good spot for my opponent to go for a memory. If they're struggling against the Teferi. It like undoes a lot of the card advantage we've been acquiring. They could also just Rivulet away the Teferi, put themselves down a land drop to stop us drawing that card. That's another option. Where's the Teemo cube, Autumn? There does need to be a Teemo cube. Unfortunately, I'm never building another cube because they're kind of a nightmare to build, as much as I love them. Hey friend. How are you doing? How's it going on Dominaria? Gearhulk memory is kinda decent, for sure. Please no negate, please no negate, please no negate, please no negate, please no negate. No! Oh. Yep. This is why we attacked with the Knight before casting Teferi, incidentally. Because then they can't block with the Gearhulk. Five months later, Autumn has finished her 10th 3-color cube. There will never be a Mardu cube. I refuse to ever make a Mardu cube. Isn't Settle better than COA in this matchup? I guess it's a bit better against Knight tokens. COA is a bit better against Gearhulk though. I think I prefer COA. But Knight tokens are definitely a problem. I feel like with 4 sensors, 4 negates, 2 spell pierces, the Knight tokens aren't as scary for me as they are for my opponent, because I have so many answers to the turn 3 history, even on the draw. Another Gearhulk. That would be rude. Mardu Phyrexian Arena Cube sounds great. That sounds awful, Steven. That sounds so miserable. Whoever has the most Phyrexian Arenas in play wins. No, the value. That value is pretty disgusting. Alright. I guess they're destroying 2 rather than memorying. The most important part of the turn, upkeep. I might want to scry with my Skywhaler shot, was my thinking. Lyra, interesting. I'm gonna do this, upkeep. Get my scry on. Yes, I meant to keep that. It's not terribly amazing draw, but it's probably fine. We're gonna try and see away the Gearhulk though. Thanks for the host, Trampoline. You're considering making a modern cube? That's kind of neat, Phil. As long as you don't overload it with planeswalkers, then modern cubes can be at a nice power level. I get a bit fed up of them when they're just like 30 planeswalkers. They're rapidly falling behind this game. The Forsake Seal Away turn was really swingy for us. Opponent getting their critter back and drawing 2. Alright, need something good here, but this opponent doesn't have any threats on board anymore, and this is pretty good. Khan is decent. I assume there's a good chance Khan gets countered, but they'd have countered my cast out, right, if they had a counter here. It's really scary having Hulk under Seal Away, I guess. I guess that's the argument for, like, Settle over Seal. Is that having a Hulk sat underneath one of these is really scary against opposing cast outs. Kind of makes sense. They might be holding their own cast out, yep. We haven't Khan'd yet this game, we have not. Okay, that's just +1, I guess. Probably not going to achieve much off the +1, but it sets up for the -1 next turn. If Khan lives. Now if we get to untap, we can -1, grab a history, get another 2/2 in play. Four mana. Yeah, this is brutal. They get to tuck the Seal away, get back the Gear Hulk with Teferi. Or they can just plus. Guess I just want to get Teferi off the board, right? Just like recast this. If they counter it, then at least they're mostly tapped out for our turn. I have no idea what the best deck is, Luke. I think Teferi decks are like decent. I think they're pretty good. People are definitely more prepared for them than they were a week or 2 ago, though. Yeah, it's definitely tier 1. Blue-white Teferi deck of some description is tier 1. We have no idea what the best build is yet, though. People are still kind of experimenting. Yeah, exactly, Nucleo. It's way too early. Agreed. Teferi the Mind Sculptor is a hell of a thing. Guess I'm attacking with my knight. This Spell Pierce might not do much this game. Get that distinct suspicion. If they go for a Gear Hulk here, though, we can like Spell Pierce the spell, at least. Yeah, opponent has 7 cards. It's kind of worrying. I'm just going to grab this history and cast it. Probably better than +1ing. Okay, they're going to try and counter it. We get to Spell Pierce the counter. Then we have a bunch of 2/2s to protect our Khan from the Gear Hulk. Gives me trophies for winning the clock battle. Not wrong. That sounds so bad, Chris. That sounds like the worst. So I don't often get unintentional draws in paper. I play like quite a bit faster in paper. But I think in like the last like 2 years I've had 3 unintentional draws. And 2 of them were against the same person in the same matchup in back-to-back matches. We were playing the Banco Mirror at Axion in the main event. And they're attacking me. Right. And we drew, putting us both at like 0-2 and 1. So we both decided to drop from the main event and enter their side event, and got paired against each other. What the hell? What is this nonsense? Got paired against each other, and we drew again. So we drew twice in the space of an hour and a half. That was a time that happened. I guess I have to just cast this. Yeah, this is kind of brutal. I feel like this should not be good in the mirror, but I guess there are just loads of enchantments you get to bounce, so it's actually kind of decent. Yep. They have a Teferi on board. I can't cast the seal away until after they've Teferied. On a positive note, we're probably going to win this match 1-1 due to time. We are being hard punished for not settling their gear hooks. We kind of are. I might swap these for settles. Wow, just not activating their Teferi. Dece. Alright. Khan. I guess I have to make a 1-1 so I can guaranteed block the Torrential Gearhulk if they minus on a token. Autumn winning on time. It's a rare occurrence. This is a rare occurrence. Yeah, exactly, Tanner. This card was the most unreal card. Like in the first week. But it's definitely a much more reasonable card now. Now that people are learning like ways you can punish it. I would definitely agree with that. Yeah, the mana for Esper's just like kind of ugly, for sure. You feel like we broke... What? How did you break standard, Hogpog? If this is the mono blue deck, my answer is no. If this is the mono blue deck. Wait, attacking me? Sure. I'm just gonna let this hit me. Mono blue flyers. We can try out the mono blue flyers deck. Send me a list, Hogpog. I'll take a look at it. But I'm skeptical. But if you send me a list, I will take a look. I should probably at least vaguely entertain the idea. Oh, please not Lyra. Fumigate. Huh. Takes the Gearhulk off the board though. I think I'm fine with this. It's Khan versus Teferi, but I'm up like 6 minutes. Khan versus Teferi and 5 extra cards, but you know. Send me a list, Hogpog, and I'll try it out and see if I like it. Alright, let's get plusing. Reveal Field of Ruin Khan. Those are decent. Yes, we get the backup Khan handed to us. Okay, field is also fine. Guess I just hold on to the field to kill a search for his counter. I could just kill the rivulet now, but I don't think the rivulet's gonna matter. Alright, this one's actually weirdly a problem at the moment. Maybe I am under-expecting Lyra in the mirror. To be fair, Lyra's mainly a problem because my opponent's already so far ahead. But opponent won't deck with memory in graveyard, yeah. Agreed. I mean, we can negate the memory, but that makes sense. I guess I just keep plussing. Just keep plussing. Oath of Teferi. Huh. Yep. So now, like, I guess we lose our Khan. Now, maybe I'm meant to minus and get the Khan. I think this is fine, though. If they attack my Khan, they're not killing me in time. It happens, Cambo. I'm actually playing, like, relatively fast today compared to normal, I feel like. Also, my opponents had way more decisions than me, because they've had a lot more cards. So it makes sense that they take more time, right? With lots more cards in hand to use. Thanks for the link, Hugpog. I'll take a look at it. Right, I'm very skeptical of this deck, Hugpog, but yes, we can try it. Yes, we can try it. What were you beating up on? Was it just control decks, or were you actually beating the aggro decks with the deck? Negate. Kind of want to cancel this. I minus Khan, get Oath, flicker it. I guess I should tap 2/2 at Teferi before I do anything else. Right, that's -1. Grab Oath. And I can flicker my history. This is game 2, Zaratul. We won game 1. No counter. Sure. Just like fight over this gladly. Sure. This is fine. Yeah, opponent's gonna struggle to win in 2 minutes. Ramanat Bread seems like a rough matchup. Yeah, I can imagine that. I can imagine Goblin Chainwhirler being brutal for that deck. For sure. Seems very likely. Ooh, what does this do? It Skywhaler's shots the Lyra? Interesting. Field of Ruin Sensor. Cool. So we get handed a field. We get handed a sensor, so I can cycle the sensor, try and find counter magic backup for my Gearhulk. I said try and find counter magic backup for my Gearhulk. Kinda counts. Attack to fairy. Move my knights. What am I doing? I'm shotting the Lyra, right? Could negate this. Yep. Red beats up Wizard Prowess too? Huh. Red could just be really good if it can deal with Lyra. The problem is Lyra, right? Lyra's kind of brutal for red. Be dead. I guess we just try out this. Keep. Could it? I'm not really interested in doing that, Chris. That seems a bit mean-spirited. I don't know. I do that in like an actual tournament, but in a league against someone who's like learning the deck and stuff, I don't know. Doesn't seem great. I'm gonna disappear for a minute, and then we'll hop right into the next match once I'm back. Yo. Mew is the captain now. Mew is always the captain. Mew is always the captain. Did anyone ever think otherwise? Mew stream. See ya, Hogpug. Hey, Everautumn. Hope you're doing well. Right, this hand has a lot of nice early interaction. You thought I died. Okay. I'll be careful not to instill such worry in the future. Ooh. Esper. Kinda relieved they didn't have like a glint sleeve siphoner there. Alright. Is it bad that I just want to jam history this turn? It's probably safe, right? Let's do it. You probably just have Essence Scatter up anyway. Sick. New, my token. Where will I ever get any more tutus from? Can't possibly imagine. Yeah, if they jammed Khan, we'd be in trouble, for sure. I just kind of wanted to, like, get a threat on board underneath counters. Wow. Alright. Deal. Yeah, sure. I guess I'll sense your stupid Scarab Guard. It was an aggressive contempt, for sure. You're not wrong. Do I cycle the sensor? I kind of don't want to. Like, I want to hit land drops, but it's not like I'm casting anything if I hit my land drops, right? Just have mono removal in hand. Please no Teferi. Please don't just end the game on the spot. I think I'm gonna hold on to... Maybe I cycle it here. It's kind of close. I think we could be in cycling territory now. With our opponent hitting like their 6th land. I'm not gonna cycle this here because I guess they can't Gearhulk anything scary, right? They can't actually Gearhulk anything scary here. Wow. Our hand is so bad. I could jam Khan, but that seems not great. I don't really know how we win this game. We have a lot of very awkward removal against, like, Scarab Gods. I guess Cast Out's our only answer to a Teferi at the moment, so we can't really cycle it. So we're just gonna chill. Just gonna chill for a while. Hey. Hey there, friend. Eat through another couple kill spells. This must be the Gearhulk, right? I don't even know if I want to counter this. I've got so many answers to that stupid thing. I guess I counter it, but I don't know. It's like so tempting just to like have a target for my Sky Whaler shot. Scarab God. Alright. That's a Teferi. It's pretty good. Minus on the Knight token, sure. That is fine. So I can cast out the Teferi, or I can go Khan minus. I kinda just want to like Khan minus. Lets them draw a card of Teferi. If they have a Scarab God, it gets scary because they can cast Scarab God, untap 2 lands to like flashback Gearhulk with Scarab God. Khan minus gives us a decent shot at like killing the Teferi without using up our cast out though, which is nice. Negate. Grim. This game is feeling kind of rough now. It's like, I feel like I have to go for the cast out now to play around another Gearhulk. Obviously if they have another counter spell, we're pretty screwed though. Yep. 2 negates. Opponent is ready for control mirrors. Yeah, apparently not Nucleo. Apparently not. Yep. I know we're pretty dead here, but I'm kind of tempted to make my opponent play it out anyway, since these control mirrors can go really, really long, and time is a resource. Probably does nothing, but I guess I cast it. Obviously they have removal for it, but... Treasure map. Treasure map's exciting. Yeah, I think you're right. Cyclonic Rift. Like, it's not like the removal spells are doing much else, right? And you need to protect your planeswalkers. I think you're right. Like, we just got removal spells in our hand we're not doing anything with. At least opponents getting value out of their removal spells. Opponent's deck seems kind of sweet. Kind of curious what the mana's like, but... You know, imagine there's a way to make Esper mana work if you avoid, like, double colours of some variety. Like, they definitely have a lot more raw card advantage than we do. And they have Contempts as clean answers to our Planeswalkers. So imagine this matchup's like fairly bad for us, honestly. Mew is hiding the enemy map. Obscuring it from sight. It's weird. In the straight blue-white mirrors, the histories feel kind of nice because they pressure your opponent's mana in pretty awkward ways. And I imagine they're still fine post-board here, but pre-board they're just turning on all our opponent's removal. And because it's all stuff like cast downs, they can just cast them in our end step pretty efficiently, as opposed to things like Fumigate and Settle the Wreckage that line up awkwardly, generally. I guess they could have Fumigates and stuff in their hand, potentially. Oh my god. Why aren't they doing Treasure Cove to Ferry? Like, that interaction's kind of gross. Just like turbo through the treasures. I guess I just let this resolve. I can Skywhaler's shot. They do have too many cards, this is true, Caius. They have a lot of cards and not much to do with them. So I guess they just don't play double white in their deck, maybe? In order to make the mana work? Yeah, I guess waiting on the Treasure Cove also means they can exile a land with their Treasure Cove. That's like another reason to wait. That is roughly what the experience feels like, Phil. So honestly, I kind of love the Lantern Mirror. I don't know if that makes me like a messed up human being or what, but Lantern Mirror is fun. It's so like weird. Kind of reverses everything about how the deck normally works in a bunch of ways. If only Brainstorm was standard legal. That sounds horrific. Brainstorm exile free lands. Brainstorm's good enough without Teferi emblems. End of turn, Gearhulk, Glimmer incoming. Is your love of Teferi the reason I haven't scooped? The reason I haven't scooped is these blue-white X mirrors take forever. And if it goes to a game 3, timing out is like a very valid concern. Pull from Tomorrow does end games very quickly. That is true. Oh my god, these stupid sealaways. I guess that was incoming, right? We should have known about that one, but... Right. Kill your Gearhulk. Like, we're 3 minutes ahead on clock now, which is a very real thing. No islands, but I love casting blue cards. Blue cards are the best. Just leaving me with no blue mana. Sick and wrong. So they get to get a Hulk back here and counter this, and then kill us. Or they can just do that. It's like the same. Hit us for 10, we die. Those Vraska's Contempts are really brutal. This card's probably not seeing as much play as it should at the moment, I suspect. Right. Spell pierces. Negates. We haven't seen, like, cast outs for this stuff, is the problem. Makes, like, these look a lot less exciting. They definitely should have exiled my last 2 lands. They should have. Can't not have the flawless victory. Alright, let's try this, I suppose. It was a treasure map, that's true. We did see some COAs, Neil. They discarded a COA at one point. So they have some number of COAs in their deck. This hand is very unexciting, but I will keep. Decent chance I just cycle this farmland here to try and find a threat. Yep. Honestly, might also cycle this cast out in their turn. We just need to find something. I feel like cast out's not great against them. Alright. Teferi's good. Sadly, they're probably not tapping out anytime soon. Teferi gets so hungry. So now they have negate up for our Teferi, this means. Of note, that was definitely a point when Censor was much worse than Syncopate would have been. Syncopate would have got the treasure map, which would have been amazing. Khan, huh. Right. Yep, just keep cycling. We keep cycling, we'll find some stuff. History of Benalia. Kinda want to play the Khan this turn. I guess I should just play the history though. That is fine. Need them to not... I guess if they play a Teferi, we have our own Teferi, so that's something. Although, because of Treasure Map, they can actually hold up a counterspell. They can use it as like a mana ramp card to keep their Teferi safe. Sensor definitely gets a lot worse with Treasure Map flipping. I think I just want to cycle it and find a negate. Why aren't we playing Search? So, my original thinking was that with like so many Planeswalkers, you ended up not needing Search for card advantage. I shouldn't have played this first, but you end up not needing Search to acquire card advantage, but I think that's probably wrong. I also think that this plan is probably just like weaker than the normal blue-white control builds. I kind of wanted to try it out though. I had good results with it on Friday. We went like 4-1 in our league, and even the match we lost felt kind of close, but we do get to double search with Teferi. I'm more of that. For double the unnecessary value. Okay, I guess like if a Planeswalker resolves, we're happy enough anyway. There's no need to go for the Teferi here. What am I going to play in Standard this weekend? I do not know. Kind of torn between either taking like normal blue-white control as opposed to this, or I kind of want to try out the white-black deck that's been putting up numbers. I just want a -2 here. Then if they play a Teferi, we can attack it with our 1/1, so they don't get to tuck the Khan. I think I like that. Protects against Teferi, which is nice. Who is hungrier, Teferi or Chupacabra? Right, so the 1/1's hopefully going to force them to plus Teferi instead of minusing, which means we get to untap Varkan. Okay, so they have like a kill spell for our construct, maybe? Yep. Okay, we got like, not really a 2-for-1, but something. We got something. So we can go Teferi minus on that Teferi. I think I just want to go Teferi plus though, right? It's possible this is a spot where I meant to like jam Lyra and hope she's good enough, but... Okay, Sensor's probably not doing anything. Could just cycle that. Like, because of the Treasure Map Cove, even if I tucked their Teferi away, they'd get to redraw him really fast. So I think I just wanted the extra card there. Hopefully they don't have a Contempt in hand. Scarabian God. Alright. If they have a negate here, we probably lose, because then they get to play Scarab God to flash back the Gearhulk. Okay, that's fine, because we get to tuck the Scarab God now with our Teferi. I guess they get to recast the Scarab God pretty soon, which is scary, but... Oh no, they still have it up! Because of Teferi. That's so good, jeez. Huh. That's so good. I guess I have to do this. They can go to reanimate the Gearhulk. I've got the Obstructionist for the Stifle. We do have the Stifle, for sure, but now they get to recast the Scarab God next turn is the problem, because they get to go activate Treasure Cove plus Teferi, activate Treasure Cove, and recast. Just recast the Scarab God, and then we're in a lot of trouble, I think. That's what I was kind of scared of. They'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they have 1 activation up off the plus of the Teferi. I think this turn we slam Lyra, because then we can try and kill their Teferi next turn. Before Teferi gets to talk our Teferi. This list is not from the Thieves article. It's very similar to his list though. But he actually... The list he tried out on stream was one he originally copied from me and altered a few cards from. And now I've altered my list a few cards based on what he played. So, like, our two lists are kind of related because they have like a very interconnected history. But draw a card, sure. So they get to cast Scarab God here. Teferi untapping 2 lands means they get to land their Scarab God. The Scarab God can't kill Lyra though, which is nice. Because they only have a cast out in their yard, and Lyra's legendary. What is this? Exciting. Alright, this game just got weird. This game just got very weird. Nezahal. It's a whale. We must shoot it. Alright, so Lyra goes at Teferi. They have a seal away, we have an obstructionist for it. Awesome. I guess I shoot the whale if they want to get rid of 3 cards. That's fine. Because it gives me an opportunity to, like, cast my history. So they get to draw a card here. They're going to exile the whale, most likely. Oh wow, they're just disallowing the shot? That's pretty great for them. I guess I have to cast my history. They get another card, we get a 2/2 that can protect our Teferi for a turn. We get to hold up Obstructionist for a Scarab God activation. Their list is like so teched out for these mirrors. It's kind of cool. Scarabian God. get stifled. Right, they're attacking to fairies, so we have to block with our knight. Right. So I can minus on Nezahal, then go to fairy minus on Scarab God. How does this work? So you put it for third from the top. And the next one you put third from the top, so it ends up sitting... So you end up with them sitting third and fourth, right? Okay. You end up with them sat third and fourth. So that's minus on Nezahal. They're probably gonna flicker it. So I guess 3 cards out of their hand if they do that. And we still have this 2/2 to protect our Teferi. Right, so flicker the Nezahal. We can cast our Teferi. Minus on the Scarab God. Attack for 5. We have a 2/2 to protect Teferi. Spell Pierce is probably doing nothing, but hey. It's not like many of our spells do much in this situation, so... Interesting. So they haven't played a land this turn, so if I Spell Pierce that, they can still draw a land to cast Scarab God. So I guess I just let it resolve and plan on like cycling my farmland. They went bottom top. Interesting. If I Spell Pierce this, they get to draw another card, but we don't get to cycle farmland, and they might not pay for it. So I think I'm just meant to let this resolve. It means they get to resolve their Scarab God this turn, but if they don't pay for the Spell Pierce, they get to do that anyway. So we still have a knight to keep our Teferi and play one more turn, which is nice. Luckily they haven't found a contempt yet for our Lyra, which is a huge relief, because it means this Gearhulk won't be able to get a contempt back for them. History, okay. And a cast out. Now we're doing stuff. Right, so we plus Teferi. I can attack for 5. What else am I doing? I probably want to cast out plus history this turn. And hit them. Yeah. So we attack for 5. So the tough thing is, the Scarab God's kind of more scary, right? Scarab God's kind of more scary. But the Nezahal's going to get to draw them a bunch of cards. I feel like I exiled the Scarab God, though. I feel like I just exiled the Scarab God. Now the question is, do I cast this history? It keeps Teferi in play. It gives them 1 extra card though, which is not ideal. I think I want to do it, but I'm not convinced this is correct. Now I got a negate to protect my Lyra from a contempt. Obviously we're going to like spiral behind in cards because of the whale, but I think the Gearhulk the Scarab God bringing back Gearhulk was going to be scary enough for us regardless. Oh no, they have another counter. This is probably game. We're now too far behind, I think. Because they're ahead by so many cards now, and they have the whale on board. They can kill the token too and kill Teferi. Yeah. We need to draw removal for the whale this turn. Yeah, now the game's over. My opponent gets to stockpile cards in hand now to keep the whale safe. So the game is, like, probably functionally over. Unless they actually just keep casting stuff. Oh, that one draws them another card, so it keeps the whale alive. Okay. Or they can just get rid of the cast out and have a Scarab God in play. Yeah. I'm going to take one more draw step, but I suspect this game is now done. It's kind of sad. This matchup feels really tough. Just because of the contempts. The contempts feel game-changing. Like, all these other threats or whatever, you can play all sorts of things in their slots, but the contempts are really brutal. Yeah, I think their version doesn't play Field of Ruin, Neil. I suspect they have no room for Field. But, like, there's not that much you want to field at the moment. There's just, like, Azcanta, right, that you want to field. But they have, like, Contempts and Duresses in the Azcanta matchup, which give them some amount of edge in the games where Azcanta doesn't land. It's kind of a sad league. I feel like I learnt a fair amount. Probably learnt that this build is not as good as a more controlling one. We had a very good league with it on Friday, but this league kind of showed a bunch of the problems, I think. We don't have much raw card advantage. And the histories are, like, really good against a bunch of the creature decks, but against the control decks, you just don't really want these game one, I feel like. Oh, we do have Field of Ruins. We had 2 Field of Ruins, Neil.